before I explain why it should be added, I'll tell you exactly what it is. So the two-piece bonus for Final Measure in Division 1 was plus 25% exotic damage resilience. The 3-set bonus was plus 15 protection from elites. The fourth one was Final Measure. When in range of hostile grenades or mortars, diffuses them and adds grenades to your inventory. Can only happen once every 8 seconds. Like, that's crazy. When in range of hostile grenades or mortars, it defuses them and gives you a grenade. Happens every 8 seconds. So, if we were on, what's it called, Razorback, and you're sitting there taking his mortars, man, that would help a lot. Especially, like, I mean, not really. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, you don't get killed by them, but you wouldn't have to, like, you could defuse them, you know, like, it's not an overpowered gear set. That's why I'm saying bring this specific gear set back, is because it's not overpowered. The protection from elites is awesome, man. Like, I'm gonna keep going, but right there, like, spot on. The fifth piece granted you plus 15% exotic damage resilience and plus 15 protection from elites. So that's already 30% protection from elites and 40% exotic damage resilience. The sixth piece, when a grenade is defused, the player and all group members within 30 meters gain a buff based on the grenade type that was used. EMP/shock, skill power increased by 40% for 8 seconds. So during Buddy and Lucy, your skill power would be buffed, meaning your heals are buffed. Your fragmentation / incendiary, if it hit you, so that would be like Razorback. Say Razorback's thing, or someone just throws a frag grenade at you. Weapon damage increased by 40% for 8 seconds. So when Razorback hits you with the mortar, you do 40% damage for, 40% damage for 8 seconds. And then if you're hit by a flashbang or a tear gas, it gives armor increased by 40% for 8 seconds. This bonus is now a flat armor bonus instead of a multiplication of the existing armor value. This means that if your armor damage mitigation is 30%, receiving the final measure will increase it to 70%. Note that armor damage mitigation is hard capped at 70%. Even when you initially have 32% armor, your armor after the buff will be 70%. So, there you guys go. And then obviously they'd have mod slots and stuff on them. But like, once you think about it, imagine if you had all those protection from elites on that raid, and you were sitting there giving buffs to your team. So if 2 people had final measure, 2 people had aces and eights, and then the other people had just yellow gear running damage, man, that raid would be so much more fun. Like, you just have all these bonuses coming in at different times, due to different reasons, and you'd be taking less damage because now you have all this protection from elites, because then you're running the crossbow specialization or something like that. You're also getting the protection from elites from that. I mean, you'd have like you'd be taking 50% less damage. You're running the 6-piece, so your armor's not that high, so it's helping you out a lot. Like, and then your damage is low because of the gear set, but then those 50% buff, the aces and eights kicking in, it gets your gear up there, you know? Like, it's so doable at that point. Like, the community sitting here saying nerf stuff, nerf stuff. No. Leave everything how it is. Just add stuff in. Like, if they added final measure in, that would change groups, like actual coordinated groups and stuff. Having those players with final measure in there would be a game changer for the raid. I'd say it would be more important than aces and eights. But aces and eights, like, mixed with that, like, oof, like, there we go. Like, and then the amount of builds that could come out of that, like people running 2-piece, people running 3-piece, people running 4-piece of that, and um, 2-piece of something else, like 2-piece True Patriot and then 4-piece of the other thing, so it's just like that, guys.
Hostiles.
You
Going to
know, we
location
we
nearby.
can always hope, but this is my case for them adding it into the raid, is it would make it a lot more fun to play. Like having that amount of build variety within the raid, having that many different gear sets and stuff kicking in at the same time. I don't know. It just seems awesome, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I hope to see you on my next uh, video. I'll be doing videos like this every day. Uh, Please leave a like and think about subscribing. Peace out.